visitor. Tell me, do you like puppets?
The toy seller nods and smiles, clearly not listening to a word you've said.
Wonderful. Here, take a look at this.
The puppet springs to life.
Impressive, no? There's a lot of craftsmanship in that small package. Quite a lot. Now, what can I do for you? I haven't had many callers of late, what with all the fuss and hubbub that's been going on outside. Sauce, what else? Each and every one of my darlings has a little bit of magic in them. It turns a mere toy into a friend. I'm on good terms with the Divine Order. They know what my work entails. They've even had use for me in the past. I have nothing to fear from them. Oh, no, not at all. I use only the smallest sprinkle of sauce in my work. I'd hardly think a Voidwoken would set its sights on me and my darlings. I love my work. I love the possibilities of it all. The idea of engineering something to perfection. But one aspect always fails me. People. Fallible.
He throws an adoring glance to one of the puppets.
My darlings aren't like that. They are pure and beautiful. They don't make mistakes, and they don't question my desires. I don't need others anymore. I have something better. Myself and others, some of the finest feats of engineering ever conceived guard the remains of the divine. The Path of Blood was our masterpiece. Now I'm the last one alive, the last engineer of the cathedral and its secrets. I've retired and found a new calling, these wondrous darlings. One of my late colleagues designed them for the cathedral, little wind-up sentries to guard against intruders. Now I busy myself turning the surplus into toys. It truly feels good to spread a little joy in my twilight years. It is a feat of engineering, a modern marvel, unmatched in quality anywhere in the realm. I should know, as it is my greatest work to date. But you should broach more practical matters with Lord Protector Ahu, the keeper of the cathedral. You should find him in his chambers there. What of it? Consider me at your service if you need anything else.
The puppet looks at you with what almost amounts to curiosity. You detect source coursing through its inner mechanisms, lending it the appearance of sentiency.
Nearly there, my darling. Then you can play with all your brothers and sisters. No touching, please. No touching, please.
The puppet looks at you with what almost amounts to curiosity. You detect...
Intruder! Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!
You're not supposed to be here!
Alarm! Alarm!
That's none of your concern. Allow me. This way I can be sure you don't go wandering on your way out.
Intruder!
I warned you already. You're not... Allow me.
Alarm!
This is your last warning. Allow me. This... Nearly there, my darling. Then you can play with all your brothers and sisters.
Alarm! Alarm!
I'm coming.
Alarm! Alarm! Intruder!
I was a fool to treat you with leniency. No more!
Note the blood. desk is locked tight. Instead of a keyhole, there's a gilded inlay that bears an engraving. It was all for you. Beneath this sits a framed square of blank parchment. The parchment stares back. The desk is locked tight. Instead of a keyhole, there's a gilded inlay that bears an engraving. It was all for you. Beneath this sits a framed square of blank parchment. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. Then you poise its tip over the framed square of parchment. The black ink turns blood red as it touches the parchment. A burst of energy shoots out from the desk and shocks you. The desk is locked tight. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. Then you poise its tip over the framed square of parchment. The black ink turns blood red as it touches the parchment. The desk is locked tight. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. The black ink turns blood. The desk is locked tight. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. The black ink turns blood. The desk is locked tight. You take a nearby quill and dip it into an inkwell. Then the black ink turns blood.
some are still good. What you looking for?
I'm not picky, so long as the arrow flies straight.
Hunter. You're either the hunter or the hunted, my friend. May the land sustain you and the wild game feed you, friend.
What a violent jump.
Shoot, you flea bag, shoot!
Nature provides.
You're confident. I'll give you that.
Hold up, don't be shy!
Nature.
There's more blood down there than water.
Here lies some anonymous soul.
Greetings! Have you come for miracle? Do you need fixing from the doctor, man? The doctor is in, doctor is in, doctor is in, he's in! He has the tricks, the gifts, the healing ways, the dealing ways, the dark ways. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe. The doctor is in, doctor is in, doctor is in! The doctor! He treats, cures, helps, haunts the sick, the ill, the needed, disease, hurting, sad, happy, healthy. His house, the Black House, the Doom Doctor Miracle House.
What's this? I found something.
Fasten tight. It's fixed to the platform. I wonder why. It's stuck fast. It won't move.
Here lies some anonymous soul. The door does not open, but it feels alive. It feels like it's examining you, or at least one of you. The door is examining Losa. The door does not open. A creeping sensation comes over you, as if the door were examining you.
Losa, the doctor will see you now.
Losa, the doctor will see you now.
The nurse stares openly at you. His eyes are a pitiless black, like a hungry shark.
You are known. You are on the doctor's books. He awaits you. Go to him.
The nurse hisses at you while you remain in earshot.
Your flesh has such perfume. I am drunk on you.
The nurse stares openly at you. His eyes are a pitiless...
You are...
The nurse hisses at you while you...
I can smell your...
The nurse throws you a smear of blood around her mouth. Something shifts beneath her robes, the outline of a diminutive third arm. A mewling cry can be heard from her abdomen. She places a hand over it and winks.
Food, baby.
The nurse slinks right up to you and inhales deeply, then exhales with a sigh.
You smell unclean. Would you like to be clean?
She flicks her long, black tongue over cracked lips while staring unblinkingly. Her eyes reflect no light. They only consume. The nurse rubs his hands together in glee at the sight of you. His palms are slick with some oily substance.
Do you faint at the sight of blood?
He leans in and whispers, his voice hoarse with a desperate longing.
Would you like to?
Ah, how good of you to come. And you've brought my favorite person in the entire world. How are you, Losa, dear? It's odd seeing you here among my things, my practice. Usually it's me who visits you.
He stumbles and coughs, then regains his composure. His eyes narrow malevolently.
I understand you've been very, very busy. You're welcome in my home, in this plane, Losa. But I don't remember inviting you to my little hideaway among the stars. Who do you think you are?
Losa shoots you a knowing glance and smirks.
I have to say, Adramalik, you don't look too good.
He winces and recoils, then quickly regains his composure.
Come, Losa. After all we've been through, you must know better than to cross me like this. You've seen what I've done to those who test my patience.
Maybe once, before I cut you off from your precious candles. Did it hurt when I snuffed them out? Did you feel the loss of each one as their power fell away from you? How does it feel, Adramalik, to be as small and powerless as you make the rest of us feel?
Shut up! Shut up!
Such disrespect. I'd be a bit friendlier if I were you. But then again, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it?
Stay away from me. Stay where you are.
You should have stayed away from me.
Losa puts a hand to her weapon. She glows with cold fire. Her radiance fills the room. She looks to you.
Ready, Chief?
I have given you everything. The powers of the gods. Freedom from their relentless demands. Everything I had, I laid at your feet. And you react to me with this anger. This hatred. It defies logic. It defies explanation. There's nothing left I can do for you, Losa. Nothing but feel sorry for you. But make no mistake, this changes nothing. You are mine. Mine and mine alone. I don't need your consent. I only need your soul. Never pick a fight with your doctor. Bad girl, Losa. I shall have to teach you a lesson.
box hops and dances as if an energetic toad lives within it. A large key protrudes from the side.
Die, Isbiel!
The swaying toy sports a grin so evil, it might have spawned from the void itself. But it's not the smile that disturbs you most. It's the ominous ticking of the mechanism beneath.
The Doctor sends his regards! A prisoner. Poor soul.